Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. After 19 years of planning and construction, a new road is open in Horseheads. Our Maggie Hall was there for the ribbon cutting and tells us what this new road means for Horseheads.
Behind me is the brand new Horseheads Connector Road. First conceptualized in 2004, designed in 2008, and now completed in 2023, the $24.5 million project is ahead of schedule, under budget, and providing new transportation access in the southern tier. This morning, county legislators and representatives gathered to host a ribbon cutting for the new road.
I know it's kind of an overcast, cloudy day, but make no mistake, the sun is shining through here in Chemung County with the completion of this project.
The bridge goes over Newtown Creek and connects Old Ithaca Road and New York 13. This gives trucks and vehicles almost direct access right off of Interstate 86 to enter Horseheads. For trucks specifically, it provides a direct route to Horseheads Industrial Park.
This project is going to be transformational for this area. It's both public safety in getting trucks off of residential roads and economic development to help further develop the holding point over here.
Thank you to everyone who worked to make this project a great success. Too rarely can people in government say that things came in early, ahead of schedule, and under budget. So I think everybody here deserves a round of applause right off the bat for a great job done. This federally and state funded infrastructure project will help make travel and commerce more efficient and accessible, and serves as a critical artery for shipping, especially with our friends who have made a huge economic footprint and investment in this community.
The project not only includes the road and the bridge, but two brand new roundabouts that are open as well. It is expected that this road will make anyone's travel more accessible when in the Horseheads area. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Horseheads.
Hornell residents may be experiencing discolored water. If you live in Hornell, check your water for discoloration before every use. If the water is discolored, run the cold tap until the water is clear. Overnight tonight, a large business in the city will test their fire suppression system, and this may cause discolored water for some residents. You are invited to a local apothecary's open house. Bespoke Apothecary will host their open house at their farm with tours, plant walks, and bee demonstrations. Multiple local vendors will be in attendance, along with Ella's Acres Homestead Kitchen and Bell's Coffee Shop. The open house will begin at 11 this Saturday. Attendees are asked to park in the Loman Flea Market parking. A shuttle will run to take visitors up the hill to the farm. For more information, visit Bespoke Apothecary Elmira on Facebook. Calling all Corning Painted Post Band alumni. Whether you played at East High, West High, or for the Corning Hawks, you are invited to a reunion performance at the district's Bandtoberfest. The festival will take place on the 21st with a rehearsal before the performance to warm up the alumni and current band. To sign up, visit the link on your screen. There were plenty of fiery exchanges at last night's GOP presidential debate, and the one candidate not in attendance still made a big impact. Doug Luzader has all the details from Milwaukee.
Well, this was a big debate night for these GOP hopefuls, all of whom were hoping to really make a name for themselves and try to rise above the pack. Vivek Ramaswamy's campaign bus heads out from Milwaukee this morning, just hours after the political newcomer had to fend off one attack after another. Several of his opponents going after the 38-year-old entrepreneur throughout the debate, saying his lack of experience would be dangerous for the country.
Now is not the time for on-the-job training. We don't need to bring in a rookie. We don't need to bring in people without experience.
But Ramaswamy may have gotten most of the buzz and the last word, coming in just behind former VP Mike Pence as the candidate with the most speaking time.
Yeah, I'm not a professional politician. That's the difference. Who can answer a question?
The debate touching on a wide range of issues, including, of course, the economy.
We must reverse Bidenomics so that middle-class families have a chance to succeed again.
And abortion, too, came up.
Can't we all agree that we are not going to put a woman in jail or give her the death penalty if she gets an abortion? Let's treat this like a respect respectful issue that it is and humanize the situation and stop demonizing the situation.
And while the frontrunner for the nomination wasn't in attendance, Donald Trump's presence was felt. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie getting a harsh response as he called Trump's behavior beneath the President of the United States.
Someone's got to stop normalizing this conduct.
Still, every one of those Republicans on the stage last night signed an agreement to support the Republican nominee, and right now Trump remains the clear frontrunner. In Milwaukee, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
A rally supporting former President Donald Trump formed outside the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta today. Mr. Trump surrendered to Georgia authorities today on charges he schemed to overturn the 2020 election. His supporters held signs and displayed banners, claiming the former president did nothing wrong. When he was booked, the process included taking fingerprints and a mugshot. After a week of negotiations, the Hollywood studios make their latest offer to the striking writers. Phil Schuman reports.
Thanks, but no thanks. That's the simplest way to describe striking writers' reaction today to the Producers Alliance offer made public Tuesday, which offers a 13% pay increase over 3 years, protection from AI content, more control over staffing levels, and access to streaming stats. The producers' president said, "We have come to the table with an offer that meets the priority concerns the writers have expressed. We are deeply committed to ending the strike." But after meeting with the heads of Disney, Netflix, Warner Brothers, Discovery, and Universal, the writers rejected that proposal without much explanation, sending a message to their membership reading in part, "This wasn't a meeting to make a deal. This was a meeting to get us to cave. This was the company's plan from the beginning, not to bargain, but to jam us. It is their only strategy to bet that we will turn on each other." From the looks and sounds of the picket line, since May 2nd, writers will not cave, will not turn on each other.
A driving force behind our parent company, Coastal Television Broadcasting Group, has passed away. Coastal Television's Trill Gates reports on Lonnie Fielder and his life well lived.
William Alani Fielder Jr., affectionately known as Lonnie, was born in August of 1937 in Thomasville, Georgia. A loving husband, father, and grandfather, he resided in North Georgia until his passing late last week at the age of 85. Along with his contributions to Coastal Television, Lonnie had a rewarding 26-year career developing and evaluating night vision equipment for the U.S. Army. Lonnie served as project coordinator for the U.S. Army Development and Engineering Center. He spent 2 decades as commodity manager night vision with training and doctrine command. Lonnie also worked as the TOW Missile System Project Manager's representative, conducting the TOW service tests leading to production and fielding. Lonnie worked at the highest levels of the Infantry Center Command structure, where his work was a calling, not a job. At his well-deserved retirement, hosted by General Jay Hendricks, Lonnie was presented the Order of St. Maurice Award Civis by the National Infantry Association. Throughout Lonnie's life, his passion for service was evident. In addition to his work with the Army, he spent 4 years in the Air Force, a courageous act that demonstrated his unwavering dedication to his country. Lonnie was also a keen trumpet player with a deep love for jazz music, but ultimately, Lonnie's family was the cornerstone of his life, and his loving and generous nature will be remembered by all who knew him.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening. We have some active weather that will not only be taking us into the end of this week, but into our weekend forecast. Now, today stayed gloomy underneath some scattered showers, but we are keeping an eye on a stronger storm threat that is going to be emerging across portions of Michigan into early this corner of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and through New York. And we're seeing that just clipping our local area is that marginal risk. What we're noting is that it will be an overnight threat for our area, but it is a conditional threat that has been pulling back a bit. However, the chances still remain that we see the potential that if storms are still organized, that could bring damaging wind gusts as well as some larger hail. Also noting that there has been some reflectivity concerns when it comes down to heavier rainfall that is going to lead to some flooding concerns. As mentioned, the highest threat continues to shift to the west and then to the south. But with us just on that fringe of that system, what we're noting is that we could have some definitely loud activity through the overnight with the wind and the thunder, and then downpours could lead to some flash flooding into our Friday morning commute. So keep yourself weather aware. If you ever come across water over roadways, find an alternate route. Now, what we're seeing is that a warm front is actually lifting through the area, and that's what's going to give us a quick break, but a muggier feel tomorrow, even with cloudy skies and temperatures only into the 70s. It's going to feel very sticky, very heavy outside, but then a cold front is going to sweep through on Saturday, which is going to bring us some scattered shower and thunderstorms, as well as bring some relief as we head into next week. So here's the setup. As mentioned, that highest threat has been off towards the west, and then it's going to continue to drift to the south. We're just in that proximity. Again, some of that extra energy there moving through the overnight and into the early morning hours possible. Friday looks to be pretty dry. Again, some sunshine breaking into the afternoon could be possible through the overnight. And then as we head into Saturday, day starts off quiet, but then we'll keep an eye on that frontal system that could bring some scattered showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder with it. Now, as mentioned, we should see the potential that there's at least some heavy rainfall in the mix. So you can see those higher numbers to the south as well as to the west. But the potential still even extends all the way with a ½ inch possible towards Binghamton, local area up to an inch. And this is again going to be our overnight through early morning hours tomorrow. So stay weather aware, grab the rain gear, check that radar before you step out the door, and check for any alerts. Then throughout our Friday, we will see a break in those storms, maybe a few showers possible, maybe a few peaks of sunshine, but with a high of 82, note that it's going to feel like 87. So you're going to have that really muggy, heavy feel in place. So everyone expecting temperatures anywhere from those upper 70s to those lower 80s to feel more like those mid to upper 80s, maybe even to feel like towards the 90s before we will get that relief as we step into our Sunday. Now, Saturday, we'll see that we'll have some areas of some sunshine, but some rumbles of thunder will shut down that heating, which keeps us into those mid 70s with some of those daytime shower and thunderstorms. But then sunshine returns where we will be very comfortable into Monday before we'll time out our next system to arrive Tuesday evening.